Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Speed Force Media. My name is Derek, and today we are talking about Warner Brothers' The Flash gets official MPAA rating. One of the notes included for partial nudity. Should we be worried? Also, Shazam 2. Online digital release date has already been confirmed. All that coming up. So there has been a lot of controversy, but definitely a lot of hype for The Flash and everything surrounding The Flash. And one of the things that's recently came up that a lot of people are talking about is this partial nudity rating for The Flash. It wasn't too long ago that the prequel comic for The Flash, if you didn't know, there was a prequel comic for The Flash that was in development that they kind of took off the table due to all the controversy with Ezra Miller. But on one of the comic covers showed Ezra Miller partially nude, getting dressed into the Flash costume. Now, this isn't a new thing for the DCEU films. I mean, even Man of Steel had its own prequel comic. But with all of the controversy surrounding the main title character's actor, I can see why a lot of people would maybe be raising some eyebrows at this. Now, maybe the partial nudity, there's always a chance that it could be something to do with Batman. Maybe when he's undressing, we get a butt crack or something. Maybe it's something to do with Supergirl when she's in that red sun radiation prison. Hell, who knows? Maybe they're even pulling a Terminator where when Barry goes through the Speed Force and time travels, he loses all of his clothes. Who knows? Maybe that's something. I could see why a lot of people would be worked up about this, but I myself am not too concerned because other films in the DCEU have also had ratings quite similar to this, believe it or not. 2016's Suicide Squad, upon its release, also featured suggestive content along with the usual superhero antics of violence, action, disturbing behavior, yada yada, which are a lot of things that normal comic book movies have under their rating information, as well as The Flash's. James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, also rated R for strong violence and gore, language throughout, some sexual references, drug use, and brief graphic nudity. So I myself don't really remember anything too outrageously offensive, at least not to me, in those films, so I'm not too concerned with this regarding The Flash. It's probably just a quick little, like I said, old man butt crack or maybe a side cheek of Barry, which is still kind of weird. I don't necessarily need that in a Flash movie, but I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Maybe I'm overlooking something. Maybe there's a clear, obvious thing that is really outrageous to you. Yes, the controversy is definitely part of the discussion as well, but whatever the discussion is down in the comments below, just try to keep it friendly with each other. Now, regarding Shazam Fury of the Gods, this is a film a lot of people really did not like. A lot of the critics were really mixed on. A film I gave a mostly positive review. I had some fun with it, had some problems, but I had fun with it. Opened to a very underwhelming $30.1 million at the domestic box office. That is the worst opening for a DC film that wasn't directly affected by the pandemic. Now, obviously, there's some things going on right now. Inflation. The marketing was not good for this film. I mean, I myself liked the trailers, but I feel like they revealed way too much. Not to mention for the average movie-going audience, you didn't really showcase the family aspect side to this film. It was a lot of just action and superheroes punching, and a lot of people didn't even go and see the first movie. But one could argue, the marketing would have a hard time marketing a mediocre film. But I myself, I did like the movie. I think it could have done better at the box office with a slightly better marketing. Perhaps. We'll never know. But even David F. Sandberg admitted himself, this didn't come to a surprise, or didn't come to him as a surprise. One could theorize maybe that comment means he knows he made a mediocre film, or maybe he just knew from the get-go this film was never going to make money at the box office. You also have the DCU rebooting, potentially, so a lot of people are really not sure what to make of the DCU, especially since it's been so shaky, or unstable rather, throughout the last 10 years or so. The average movie-going audience might not know what to make of a Shazam trailer that's got a DC label on it that mentions those other heroes but doesn't have them. And then, of course, a lot of people are bringing up the whole Dwayne Johnson thing where he went over some studio executives' heads to try and become the DC head boss. and trying to limit the amount of cameos that can appear in Shazam Fury of the Gods, which I think is a big disappointment. I mean, if your DC universe has been running for 10 years and you haven't had Captain Marvel or Shazam meet Superman or Shazam fight Black Adam, what are you doing? And now Shazam can't be part of the Justice Society? Or he can, but we're not allowed to see them? I think a lot of these things could contribute to the box office, which directly, and I mean directly, affects the digital online release date. Black Adam went through a lot of the same stuff with surrounding its release, a lot of controversy surrounding its release with Dwayne Johnson and with Superman, Henry Cavill. And it was just, 30 days later that they put it up on digital release. And here we go. Here's another film that is not doing well at the box office that they're hoping that is going to do better on digital. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but the official release date is April 18th, so less than a month from now. Only 32 days after Shazam 2 is released in theaters, giving fans even less incentive to venture out to an actual theater in order to watch the latest film. Maybe it's not worth your time. Money is really tight for a lot of people. I get it. And maybe you feel like this film isn't going to impact the future of the DCU. I've mentioned a lot of things as to why I kind of ranted and rambled about why this film maybe didn't do well at the box office. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your reasoning as to why you didn't think it do well at the box office. And what do you think about yet another film going to streaming only 30 days or 32 days after its theatrical release? Do you think that overall impacts the future of the theater-going experience? Do you agree with me that it gives fans even less incentive to go out to a theater, knowing that April 18th they can watch it and make up their own mind, judge the film on its own merits while sitting on their couch? Whatever you think, let us know in the comments below. We always love to hang out and talk to you guys. Thanks for watching. It's good to be back. Till next time, have a great day.